Hi everyone, my name is Carolyn Omenda. First, I would just like to say, could you please just wave to me, just to show that we are together and you are enjoying the show? Everyone, are you there? Yes. Are you enjoying the tonight's show? Yes. Thank you very much. First, I would like to acknowledge that we are meeting in the land of the Kaona people and that we respect their spiritual connection with their land. As I said before, my name is Caroline. I'm the Secretary of Dome Adelaide and all its program in South Australia. Let me start by appreciating the presence of the following. Within us, we have the Federal Member of Parliament for Boothby, Ms. Nicole Flint. Please give a round of applause to Ms. Nicole Flint. Thank you. We also have the World Night in Australia patron, former Deputy Mayor for Marion City, Mrs. Janet Byram. A round of applause for Janet. Among us is Dome Adelaide's chairperson, Jason Midzi. A round of applause for Jason. We have partners. We have Shiri Atu Art. We have Authentic Minds, Alan Bryan, Adelaide Fringe, Marion Cultural Center, and the City of Marion. All the musicians and guests who are here today, please let's give a round of applause to all of us. Thank you. In brief, the World Night in Australia is run by Dome Adelaide. Dome Adelaide has 3 programs mainly that we run annually. We have World Night in Australia, we have Grow Festival, we have Summer Festival. And apart from the festival, we also run a musical band called Diversity Music Collective. And we collaborate with various stakeholders, councils, and government. We run these programs to support and engage youths and other Australians as large so that they can get to realize and develop their music and art. Recent research has shown that there is a high incidence of depression and anxiety among musicians. With low pay, unreliable work, bullying, stress, and other factors all playing a part, supporting people in arts is very important in our communities. On the background of this, I would like to encourage the government, councils, and members of the business community to support our programs because positive youth engagements leads to safe streets and business growth. I have a special message to pass on to our government through the office of the Federal Elected Member for Boothby, Ms. Nicole Flint, who is here with us tonight. And the message is, Australia has a big number of professionals who are forgotten, jobless, and have seen their profession being reduced to mere volunteer work. This is the profession of music and art. Musicians and artists have no earnings in this country. They are destitute, some live on the streets, some are homeless, some have no food. Musicians are told that grants cannot be used to pay musicians, but grants can be given to pay colorful and expensive stages while musicians go home empty-handed. We would like you to be the voice of all musicians and artists when you go to the parliament. We need jobs. We need to be employed on a full-time basis to sing for people in hospitals, nursing homes, industries, and all and all institutes. Such a move will reduce incidents of mental illness in our country, which mostly come from workplace, bullying, and stress. Make music compulsory for breaks in workplaces. I will bring our proposal to your office soon. Let me end by welcoming you all to the World Night in Australia 2019, and at the end of this, I've finished by declaring World Night in Australia 2019 officially open. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Carol. Next up, I'm going to call for the former Deputy Mayor of Marion and the patron of Wild Night in Australia, Miss Janet Bryan.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. I wish I could see everybody out there because I know you're all having a great time. I am very honoured to be patron of this organisation and what it is doing. Jason and Carolyn came and saw me over a year ago now and asked for me to be involved in this, and I have seen all the work they have done and everything that's involved. I can say tonight it's been a great blending of cultures, and it's just great to see everyone and the enjoyment with that. I can also say I'm a proud mum standing up here today too, because two of our boys were in the drumming workshop this afternoon and were on stage, so it was really great to see that. And I have seen how much music does really help with mental health and does help break down barriers between cultures and creates communication. I've also seen in nursing homes where music can have such a great effect. My husband is actually the stage manager tonight too, and he is an entertainer, and he entertains in a lot of nursing homes. And to see people who are in a princess chair and they can't move anymore, but suddenly they hear music from their youth, from their past, and they're tapping a toe or a finger is moving. And just recently, last Father's Day, we were at a nursing home where a gentleman was in the dementia unit, and he had not played his harmonicas for months and months. It was well over 6 months. And suddenly, even though he had his harmonica in his lap all the times anyone was around, this particular day when Alan was playing, he started playing his harmonicas, and there was something resonated in his memory with that music, and it was just so beautiful to see on Father's Day, and I know his wife was in absolute tears. So I can't emphasise the message that Carolyn has just stated that we need to send about music, musicians, artists, and that really this is a language that is universal and we need to support it. We need to help all people with mental health and all walks of life in being able to join together in this way. So on that point, I want to ask Nicole. So she is our federal member for the seat of Boothby, and she's very supportive of all these sorts of things. I've had many talks with her, and I know just how supportive she is. So I welcome you tonight, Nicole, and would invite you to come and say some words, and then we're going to present some awards.
Thank you so much, Janet, and congratulations to everybody on such a wonderful evening this evening. It's a very hard act to follow the Blossoms. Girls, you were amazing, and I'm so glad that I was able to be here to see you perform, and also the Russian dancers. Obviously, it's been a real mix of different talents and different ways of people expressing themselves through the arts. As Janet said, I am very passionate about the arts in Australia. It's really important that we tell our Australian stories, not just to each other, but also to the rest of the world. And one of the great strengths of Australia is that we are one of the most multicultural countries in the entire world, and so to be here and see so many different cultures and people expressing themselves, telling stories in all sorts of different ways is absolutely wonderful. Federally, within the Federal Parliament, I am the co-chair of the Parliamentary Friends of Australian Music. And so I have actually done quite a bit of work with various industry representative bodies and with the federal ministers to look at how we are supporting our artists. We currently have a federal parliamentary inquiry into how we support our song makers, in particular our musicians, and the issues that Carolyn has raised and Janet have raised tonight are things that we're very much looking into. And I know a lot of work is already being done. So there's a program called Support Act, for example, that is specifically designed to support artists who might be struggling with mental health issues, with financial pressures. So that's just one of many things that we do federally and that the industry does. But I look forward to meeting with Carolyn to talk about what else we can do to support the arts as well, because, as I said, this is such an important way for all of us to tell our Australian stories, whatever they might be, from whichever nation you might have originally been from, or whichever nation your heritage comes from. So thank you, enjoy the rest of the evening, and I'm very excited to hear who our award winners are, Janet. So I'll hand back to you.
Thank you, Nicole. I'd like to call up Jason, who's the chairperson of Dom Adelaide, to help us present some awards.
Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you for coming to the World Night. The World Night is now 4 years in existence, and keep coming. Just like it on Facebook. So what happens in the World Night is that people look around the communities and they see the kids who are working hard to make it in the music industry, and those who can be propped up. So we've got the federal MP here and the patron to award those people by public demand. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So for Best New Artist, we'd like to call up Elsie. So just a little background about Elsie. Elsie is part of a group that promotes African music. So they do a lot of shows around Australia, and she's an incredible performer. I've been privileged enough to see her perform a couple of times, and she's well deserving of this award. She released her first single just early this year or late last year, and it's been skyrocketing the charts in my house. And I really hope you guys get a chance to listen to her after this. So please put your hands together for Elsie as the Best New Artist. Next up, Rising Stars. So this is a well-deserving award, and we just had the privilege of watching them perform. So please put your hands together for Blossom. You guys haven't had the chance to see him perform yet, but for Best Magician, please put your hands together for Razi. So for Best Dance Group, we have Stars of the Nile. Put your hands together for Stars of the Nile. Okay, next up for Best Male Artist, we have Jelly Brown. So this is a very special award. The recipient doesn't even know she's getting this award tonight. She is extremely dedicated in everything that she does. So for dedicated volunteer, please put your hands together for Carolyn Omenda. So the last award for this evening is the Event Ambassador. She was commissioned in 2019 as the main ambassador for Wild Night in Australia. So please put your hands together for Taylor Pfeiffer. So a massive congratulations to all our recipients of this evening's awards. All your work has been recognised, and on behalf of Dom Adelaide, I think their main purpose and the main goal is to recognise and appreciate the contribution from all our communities, because appreciation and recognition is extremely important. So thank you once again, and congratulations to our recipients this evening. I'll now call Janet to have a few words.
Thank you. Nicole, could you stay here, please? So I do want to say thank you to you all for coming tonight, and please enjoy the rest of the show. We are thrilled to have this show, and we will be having another show next year in the festival time. So please spread the word, and hopefully we'll have a lot more new acts and also the people you've seen already. So we do look forward to a fantastic show next year. So thank you for coming. I also want to say thank you to everyone who has taken part in the preparation of this. And it's been amazing to see all the hands that have gone into it and all the help along the way. And I actually do want to say thank you also to my husband, because he has made these awards tonight that we're presenting. And these are the first ones that he's ever made, and he's done an amazing job. So I am proud of him in that regard. And we have a special... Alan's just at the back there. I have another little one here, and this is to say thank you to Nicole for coming along to Wild Night in Australia, and hopefully she can have it on her desk and remember what we are all about and what has happened and what we're hoping to achieve with a lot of the mentorship with the youth, and with mental health, with progressing music, with looking what we can do in the future. So Nicole, I do give you this award. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Janet. So we're going to give you guys a 15-minute break, so you're able to go outside, grab something to drink, use the toilet, and do whatever you need to do in between. So thank you so much, and have a lovely evening, and we'll see you soon.